Welcome to Sharp Academy. In the following demonstration, I'll be replacing the pre-transfer Corona assembly for the following machines. Before beginning, you'll need the following kit. So before we begin, let's just remove the pre-transfer Corona charger kit from the box. You just want to be very careful when handling this kit. Just hold it by the ends of the unit. But it comes with everything you need: the cleaning assembly, the Corona wire. So before we get started, the first thing you want to do, of course, is check the counter to make sure that the pre-transfer Corona has reached its replacement interval. So for the MX-2310N, the 3110N, and the 2610N, to enter simulation mode, we're going to push the home key twice, and we get this screen here. What we're going to do now is push the version in the lower right-hand corner, and then we get our numeric keypad. For the MX-2310U, we're just going to use the numeric keypad and then enter #*C*, and then we get our simulation mode. The simulation mode we're going to enter is 22, and we could push either the mono or the color key. And then it's going to be subcode 13, which is our process cartridge display. And what we're looking for on that display is the PTC. And you'll see this one has 617 on the counter. So at this point, we can push the exit button because we now know where the counter is located. We'll push the exit button for the 36, 31, and 26 N series of machines, and for the 2310U, you would push the CA key. At this point, we could shut the machine off and unplug it from the wall outlet. So the first thing we're going to do is open the front door of the machine. We're going to remove the waste toner cartridge, so we'll unlock it and remove it. We have to lower our drum positioning plate, so the first thing we need to do is make sure that the primary transfer unit is in this position here. If it is, the first thing we want to do is loosen this blue screw. And then we'll turn the locks for the plate and then lower the plate assembly. With the plate assembly lowered, this is our PTC assembly. There's a little tab here. You want to push in on that tab and remove the unit. That's the tab. Once the unit is removed, we can install the new unit. You want to place it in all the way so that little tab pops out, and then you could just remove the cleaning wand or pull the cleaning wand out and then push the cleaning wand back in. We'll bring the drum positioning plate back up to the lock position, and then we'll lock that in place. Put the waste toner cartridge back in. Make sure that locks. We'll power the machine back up and clear the counter for the PTC unit. So once the pre-transfer Corona assembly has been replaced, the next thing we need to do, of course, is clear the counter for the PTC unit. So for the 36, 31, and 26, we're going to push the home key twice, and we're going to push the version. And then for all the machines, we're going to use #*C*, and we're going to enter simulation mode 24. subcode 4. And in subcode 4, what we're looking for is our PTC, which is this right here. So we're going to select the PTC. We're going to select execute, and then we're going to select yes. Once the yes is no longer highlighted, that means that the counter has been cleared. At this point, for the MX-2310U, you would push the CA key to register. For the 3610, 3110N, and the 2610N, we're going to push the exit, and then as you can see, it goes through simulation, finishing, and the machine will reboot. And then to confirm that the counter has been cleared, we're going to enter simulation mode again. Uh, 22, subcode 13, and if you look at the PTC, you'll see that it's now at 0. So at this point, the next thing we need to do is color calibrate the machine. So that would be the next procedure. So the next thing that has to be done is we have to calibrate the machine. We have to do the color balance adjustment. So we're going to enter simulation mode. And we're going to enter simulation 46, subcode 74. And what it's telling us is to press the execute to start the process control. And what the machine will do is print out a test patch. You can use 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17. Just make sure it's good quality color paper. So I'm going to select execute, and then the machine will print out a test patch. Once the test patch prints out, this is what it looks like. We're going to take that test patch and place it on the glass. So I'm going to lift the RSPF. Let me remove the test chart that's on there. We'll place this down. There's a thin line across the lead edge of the paper. We're going to place that to the left of the machine. And then we're going to place about 5 sheets of paper, clear paper, clean paper, behind that test patch. Close the RSPF, and then we're going to select factory. We're going to leave it in factory mode, and we're going to select execute. What the machine will do is read that patch, and then it'll print out a test pattern. So this is our test pattern. This is the copy color test pattern. What we're looking for is all the colors, yellow, magenta, cyan, and black, to start about the same point in density at the bottom. And as they go up the page, the density increases slightly for each box. And this one looks good. So what we'll do now is we'll just set that down. In the display, it's asking us to confirm the patch, which we just did, and then select the execute key again. So we're going to select execute. And what that'll do is it'll print out the printer calibration test patch, or test pattern. So this is our printer calibration. Because it says printer calibration, it has the same pattern and the same thin line along the lead edge. So what we're going to do is take this pattern, place it on the glass. We'll remove the previous pattern. That thin line goes to the left. We'll take our 5 sheets of paper, place them behind that pattern, close the RSPF, and then it's going to tell us to select execute. We're going to leave it in factory, and we're going to select execute. Once that test patch prints out, we're looking for the same thing. Density for each color, so yellow, magenta, cyan, and black, they should all start at the same point at the bottom. And as they go up the page, they increase in density. And no 2 boxes should look alike as they're increasing in density. And that looks good. So at this point in the display of the machine, it's asking us to select the OK. So we're going to select OK to register those patches. And this should take about a minute. When it's done, it says please touch execute. Halftone density correct, execute start, or push the exit key. In our case, we're finished. So for the MX-2310N, 3110N, and the 2610N, we're going to push the exit button. For the 2310U, you're going to push the CA key. And that'll bring us back to the ready to scan for copy. So we could test it. We'll take this test patch off. And then I could take my test chart, my sharp color test chart. I'll place that on the glass. We'll go back to copy mode. And it should already pick 11 by 17. It did. We'll just press the color start. And then we'll print out a test patch, or the sharp test pattern. Make a copy of it. And there's our sharp color test chart. What we're looking for is grays. They look good. We're looking for our colors, our yellow, magenta, and cyan. We're looking for our colors in this area. Those look good. Colors in this area. Reproduction of the map. Reproduction of the flowers and fruits. And it looks good. We're also looking for density in this area here. Density looks fine. So at this point, the copies look good. We have to check the printer side of the machine, and we can enter simulation mode to check the printer side of the machine. So we'll do that next. So what we're going to do is press the home key to get back to the home screen. For the 2310U, you don't have to do that. You can just enter simulation mode. But for the 36, 31, and 26, we'll enter this screen by hitting that home key twice. And then for all the machines, it's # C*. And what we're going to enter is simulation 64. And we're going to go into subcode 5. Now you have different adjustments here. We're going to leave those the way you see them. The only one we're going to change is A. That's our print pattern. You could leave it at 3, and we'll just print one out so you could see it. But I'm also going to change it to pattern 4. So let me just select execute, and we'll print that out. And then I'll change to the pattern 4, and we can compare the both. So I'm going to change that to 4. I'm just going to select the 4. Select OK, and then execute. So now I'll remove all three patterns. We'll go through the first two patterns first. This is the pattern that we're normally, going to print on this model and previous models. What we're looking for is the same thing, that our color reproduction is good, that the density is good for all the colors, each corner. The solids look good in each corner and down the center of the page. This completes the pre-transfer Corona unit replacement procedure. Remember, all of these procedures can be found in the service manual. As always, thank you for joining us at Sharp Academy.